Welcome to Enchanted Magic. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Dawn.
And we're here to talk about the top 10 things to do at Hollywood Studios. If you're going soon, if you've been before, if you've never been, we're going to talk about it all. But first, a word from our sponsor. Bojangles.
They are not sponsoring us.
Oh. Well, all right. Let's talk about 10 things to do. Hollywood Studios is a very cool park, but it's a small but cool park. Like, I think it's the smallest of the four, but there's a lot of stuff packed in there.
Yeah.
Like, you got the whole Star Wars Galaxy Edge area, the whole Toy Story Land, the front of it's, the whole Hollywood Boulevard stuff. Mm-hmm. Then you got sort of an area over at Fantasmic, Tower of Terror, and the
Rock and
Roller Coaster that's fixing to be rethemed. So
the theaters.
There's stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
So, number one on my list is you want to become a toy at Roundup Rodeo.
Yes.
Let me explain. The theming of Toy Story Land is everything's really big, and it's like you're part
of Andy's.
Yeah, of the story. And from what I understand, when it first opened, the entire land would make an announcement and be like, Andy's coming, and everybody was supposed to pause, but a lot of people wouldn't pause, and so it messed up the whole storyline, so they quit doing that. But now they do it at Roundup Rodeo, and I gotta say, we've been there 2 times now. Mm-hmm. It's a good barbecue place.
It's very good.
I mean, they got good meat, they got good everything. Their desserts are good.
They've got this corn on the cob. Oh my gosh!
And it's like they bring it all to the table.
It's family style.
Yeah, they're saying. But anyway, they'll make all these random announcements, and you get to ride a horse in and all this stuff, like a fake, like a broomstick horse.
Broomstick.
But they'll say Andy's coming, and everybody like freezes, and it's really cool, and the kids love it. You got to go there.
So it's almost like you've shrank down and you're a toy inside of Andy's bedroom.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's really, really cool.
There's not too many restaurants that I'd be like, you really need to go to, but that's one of them. Both trips, and I'm sure we'll be back. The food's been great. The service has been great. All the theming's perfect. Like, I don't have any complaints.
Me
and most places I have at least some kind of complaint. But check it out.
Oh, yeah.
And it just opened up like a year ago, so it's fairly new. The next one on the list is you have got to go drive the Millennium Falcon and escape the First Order. And let me explain on this one. I at least knew nothing about Star Wars.
Me either.
And I'm still learning, don't get me wrong. But this land inspired me to watch all the Star Wars movies and do all my research.
I still haven't.
And there's Star Tours. It's not on my list. It's an older ride. It's been there for a while. It's rarely got to wait.
It's underrated too. Like
very underrated. It's like very cool. Go ride it. But it's not on my top 10, but it really should be included. You can drive the Millennium Falcon on Smuggler's Run, and the theming is beautiful. Like, you go through this whole thing of... Beautiful. It is. I mean... There is no telling it the millions of dollars.
It is very realistic. Like, yeah.
And then you get into a group of 6. Here's where it'll get you. If you're in a smaller group or single rider, you're probably not going to get to pilot this thing. But I didn't realize before we had got on it. I just assumed it was a ride and it had like a control and you thought you were driving it. No, you're driving this thing. So you get a kid driving it, you're going to get the crap beat out of you. That thing's... Bah, bah, bah. But the right pilot controls up and down, the left pilot controls left and right, and then the other 4 people don't have as big of a role, but they fire the guns and they're the engineers and all this. Now, it does help add up the points or whatever. And one thing I recently learned is when you exit the ride or come out of the control room you're in driving this thing, the hallway lights correspond to how well you did. So, like, if you crashed and beat this thing all to crap, they're flickering and going off. And if you did good, they're just on. So
I still didn't know that. That's cool.
I got to pay more attention. I paid attention last time, and it was true. So that's called Smuggler's Run. You're driving the Millennium Falcon. To be honest, I think there was 16. I don't remember how many they said simulators, which you don't really realize that when you're getting on it. It seems like there's just one of them. You know what I mean? But so for the most part, the wait time stays on the lower end. Like even in the middle of the day, I've seen it only be like 30 or 40 minutes, and if you can go morning or night, it's like 10 or 15 minutes. So, I mean, not on a really busy day.
It's
but.
really fun.
Secondly, in that same thing right beside it, the Rise of the Resistance ride.
My favorite ride.
Again, the theming is like perfect, and it's like a 20+ minute whole experience. You walk through.
Yeah.
You get on this transporter. It gets took over by the First Order. You get to walk in front of all those stormtroopers, and some of them like move and stuff. Like it is.
They look real.
Cool. And then you end up, getting captured and getting rescued, and then it drives you. The R5 droid drives you out, and you're getting shot at, and there's like lightsabers coming through the roof, and I mean it is wild. And all that stuff. We rode that in March, so not quite a year ago. And at that point in time, I knew nothing Star Wars, but it was so cool. I was like, I got to watch all this stuff.
Yeah, even if you haven't ever seen any of it. Like I'm not really into Star Wars, and I still really, really enjoy it. It's my favorite. I think it may be my favorite ride at Hollywood Studios.
But at the time, I didn't know anything about it, and I was like, holy crap, this was... So even if you don't do Star Wars, you should ride them.
Yeah.
They are the whole... Well, really, all the land, the Toy Story land and the Galaxy's Edge is like super cool. I mean, it's like you're there.
Very detailed.
So that's my first two.
We do one?
You do one.
All right. Our next one is meet the characters in Pixar Place. Is this the Disney Junior? They have like a whole little, I call it like a courtyard of like area where you can like go and meet all of the Disney Junior characters. There's Vampirina's there, Fancy Nancy's there.
My nose is itching bad. Want to flick a booger.
Fancy Nancy's there.
Sorry, y'all.
Who else is there?
A bunch.
Oh man,
Edna Mode. Were we talking about the same place? Where we was booty dancing?
Oh no. I was talking about like the Disney Junior place where they've got the. I thought that's what you were talking about, but you're talking about the little area that they opened up for the.
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
But that had like people from Inside Out, Sadness, and
there's a bunch of characters.
Joy. I mean, there was so many characters, but yeah, just do the meet and greets with all the characters. It's really fun. Oh, the people from they wear the red suits.
Incredibles.
Yes, I couldn't think of it. The Incredibles. They were there. It was especially. I mean, we liked it even being adults, but especially for the little ones, it was really really fun.
And there really wasn't that big of a line. I mean, we waited 10 minutes maybe for Joy and Let me look at my list here. Okay, next on my list is check out the Chinese theater because that's the focal point. You walk in, you're going down the boulevard there, and right down at the end, is the replica Grauman Chinese Theater. And one thing I hadn't really done yet is there are a ton of footprints and fingerprints and all that in front of it, just like in Hollywood. And I've looked at a few of them, but I really need to stop one day and pay attention because there's like a bunch of like really famous people that have done that. I think that's cool. And also inside the Chinese theater now, used to be the Great Movie Ride. I wish I could have seen that. Now it is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which I still think is a great ride. I mean, it's a fun one.
It's our daughter's favorite. I think
it can back up a little bit in the busy times, but
it's fun. It's definitely worth it.
It's like one of the things you might want to rope drop or definitely get a lightning lane for if you can because it gets backed up. But it is very cool. It's got a whole story and everything.
Yeah.
What you got?
Fantasmic. You have to go see Fantasmic.
I think I could do the Mickey moves.
I think you could too. It is a great Great show.
It's
Great
almost,
show.
it's like right at a 30-minute show, and it's got like all the cool people in it.
The villains and like all the characters. Pinocchio.
We just had
Sorry, we had some stuff going off.
a vibration.
And then I mean, like, I think Frozen or Elsa comes out.
Pocahontas, Aladdin.
Aladdin, yes.
Moana, just everybody.
It's all of them. It is such a good performance.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Maleficent, a huge dragon, the evil queen, everybody.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the big show finale, and also probably where I get ready to punch people in the face is Steamboat Mickey comes out on the steamboat around the river. And that's when it's toward the end and people start wanting to stand up and leave. And I'm like, sit down.
Because all the characters are on that boat. All of them.
And there's fireworks spinning and
it's really good.
yeah.
You have got to stay to see Phantasmic. It is so good.
Somebody we know just recently went and did not stay.
And we wanted to cry
like,
for them.
If I was a travel agent, this is why I couldn't be a travel. I'd be calling him and be like, get your butt back on the bus and get over there. I'm canceling this entire trip.
Because it's something you definitely need to see.
It's probably like one of my top, I don't know, 3 or 5 things at the whole Disney World outfit.
He does like it a lot.
Next on the list, we are not really drop ride people, but the Tower of Terror is sort of like, not quite equivalent to the Haunted Mansion, but it's sort of like the Haunted Mansion. It's got like this whole backstory, and you can watch the videos or go do it. And there's all this.
I've done it before, but it's been years and years ago.
There's all this hidden theming and all this stuff going on. But anyway, we went to the Tip Top Club during Jollywood, which is like in the whole story of the haunted Hollywood Tower, was supposed to be up on the top of the hotel. But anyway, they were down in front of it doing their old jazz 1920s music. It was very cool. I like it. If nothing else, go in the gift store. There's some cool stuff.
I wish they would just let us, like, if we could just, like, walk through without having to get onto the ride. We could just walk through and just see, like, the whole atmosphere of it. Because I just don't think I could handle the drops up and down.
Don't forget, this is number whatever. The Muppets will be gone in June.
It's so sad.
And I'm not the biggest Muppet fan, but I mean, I know the Muppets. Don't get me wrong. You know Gonzo? Rest in peace. Beaker?
Oh, Beaker. I love Beaker.
Beaker. And Sam Eagle. My God, Sam.
Maybe they'll have him doing something at the...
They're going to move him to the Rock and Roller Coaster, which I don't think is an awful thing. One, I like Aerosmith, but I think Aerosmith is now dated.
Yeah.
And I think the newer generations is kind of like, eh. So whatever they do, I hope it's over the top. But it'll be the same ride. It'll just be the Muppets.
Rethemed.
And I really, 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 really hope they take the Muppet show, because it is a good show. Go see it if you can before June the 10th or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But temporarily, from what I understand, they're going to put the villain stage show in the theater over by Rock and Roller Coaster. And I think that is to sort of gauge interest and whatever for the new Villains Land at Magic Kingdom. I'm really hoping after Villains Land opens, maybe they put the Muppet Show in that theater and it stays. Because that was like the last time Jim Henson voiced Kermit the Frog and all that stuff. And like I say, I'm not the biggest Muppet fan, but I do think they're good people.
They're good people.
Animal, he crazy.
They're funny.
And but anyway, I hope they move it to that theater eventually or something, because I don't know. It's a good show and it's funny, and the whole family can sit there and watch it, and it's, I don't know. Joanna,
So if you're going to be there, make sure you go see it before June 10th.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're closing it down. They're closing down Pizza Rizzo, which we've never ate at, but I had meant to because I really wanted to go see. Well, we might see it this next trip. The upstairs of it is like a fake wedding reception room, and they play like old 90s music, and there's a dance floor, and it's just like themed that way. Anyway, I'd like to see that before it goes. And Mama Melrose, I think, is closing in May. We've never ate there. But anyway, I need to do something about all this racket this thing's making. Next is check out some of the shows. And this is going to depend on you, because one of my next things on my list to watch is Indiana Jones. Because I know about Indiana Jones, but I don't know that I've watched very much of any of them. And they've got the Indiana Jones stunt show. They're about to turn Dinosaur, the ride at Animal Kingdom, into Indiana Jones. So I need to get more up to speed on Indiana Jones. And I think if I watch it, I'll like it.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's an Indiana Jones stunt show where there's like, it's like behind the scenes of the movie, and there's fire and an airplane that lands and all this crazy stuff. They do a lot of
stunts from the movie.
But if that's not your thing, there's like the Beauty and the Beast show, which was really good, and there's also the Disney Junior
dance party.
Yep, and we've been there. That was fun. So like, there's all kind of stuff. There's fixing to be the Little Mermaid's coming back.
Yes.
I think in the summer. So like, there's all kind of stuff to do. But go check them out. Any of them's good though.
Beauty and the Beast is my favorite, but of course that's also my favorite Disney movie. So, you know.
Next on the list.
Next on the list.
You tell them.
Go ride Slinky Dog in Toy Story Land.
And again, it's like you're a toy, and it's cool because as you enter for it and Toy Story Mania and everything really, but when you go into the queue and all that, it's got like these huge
toys,
and then there's like a map that Andy's drawn out or whatever, and it's the actual track layout of the roller coaster. If you look at it close enough, it does exactly what the roller coaster does. And
just a side note,
It's
not a kiddie ride.
Not like a kitty.
It's not like Barnstormers at Magic Kingdom, let me just tell you.
Bow time.
I put my child on there when she was 5. And
I think she was younger, 4.
Yeah, I don't even think she was 5. I don't think she was 5 yet. And I think I traumatized her for the next 2 years.
That thing bolted out of there. Well, see, all right, let me back up. At the time, this was 2022. I had not been on a roller coaster since like 05 or 06. And at that time, I made the decision that I was getting too old for roller coasters. And I got like dizzy and whatever. I don't know. Maybe it was just a bad day, or I don't remember if I had just ate. It was at Six Flags. And it was a roller coaster I've rode 100 times. That was the thing. My whole roller coaster history, let's back up. I was scared to death to get onto one all the way up till I turned 12. And when I turned 12, I was at Myrtle Beach, and they had the corkscrew. Shout out to the corkscrew. It's now in Peru or somewhere. But anyway, I got on it and was like, I kind of like this. Well, it just so happens my 2 buddies, TJ and John Scott, I ran into them in Myrtle Beach at the pavilion. And John Scott said, I'm going to ride that with you. TJ said, oh no. Me and John Scott rode that thing 13 times. And I still got the keychain picture at my parents' house to prove it. And I was like, I like these roller coasters. So I rode roller coasters for about the next 10 or so years, whatever it was. And then I got dizzy and was like, maybe I'm over it. And I really didn't go to many theme parks after that to start with. Fast forward to Disney, and I'm like, the first trip I didn't really want to go, and just like, I'm here, whatever, didn't know nothing about Disney. And Dawn puts us on this thing, and I'm like, oh, this is a kiddie ride. That thing, here we go. It launches us out of there, and I was thinking, my God, I'm trying to hold on to Joanna because I'm more worried about her, but
sorry.
But at 2 or 3 intervals, I'm like, my God, I'm gonna have to abandon my kid and worry about me, because I was like, God. So I'd say the last 20 or 30 seconds of it, she's hollering, "Help her!" You know, screaming bloody murder, and I'm like, "Oh my God, there's nothing I can do," and I don't know what, you know, and I'm about half done got jizzled myself, and so we stopped.
I traumatized them.
And when we got off, well, she played it a little better part, but on it she was hollering, "Help me!" What had happened was she got her head down somehow.
She couldn't get it back.
Yeah, we went through some little G-forces, and she couldn't get her head up, and I'm over. So anyway, that was not a good first roller coaster for anybody.
No.
Well, fast forward, I guess a year, and I was like, I'm gonna get back on some roller coasters because I don't want to go there and not be able to ride them. And well, I say Disney don't have big roller coasters; they got some doozies. But anyway, my big thing was I watched them on the TV before I went and kind of knew
What to expect.
what to expect, so that really fixed it. And 3 is sort of an adrenaline rush on some of them. That rock and roller coaster launched up out of there, and I was ready for it, but my God, as soon as we got into the dark, it does a loop-de-loop, and I was like, God almighty.
I think that's one of the only ones at Disney that does a loop, right?
Pretty much, yeah. But anyway, I've rode them all, so I'm good. I mean, I'm still going to ride them. I'm just saying I'm back in
I keep telling myself I'm going to get back on the haunted tower thingy just to do it, just one time, but I don't know. Just something that just free fall, like
The only thing that freaked me out about Tron is it has your legs like pinched, whatever, trapped in there.
And it's at an odd angle.
It is, and like for a brief minute when I was on it the first time there, I was like, I am potentially about to get a leg cramp, and this is going to be really bad. Like we're going to pull up, and I'm going to be hollering and screaming because I can't move my leg.
Because he's dramatic when he gets crazy.
Somebody better give me a shout out if you get one of them
Charlie horse or whatever it's called.
Hamstring cramps. You need to stand up and holler. Anyway, and it launched up out of there pretty quick, but I was ready for it. We split up when we rode that the first time, and they put me on there with a lady, and she had never rode it before, and that thing launched, me and her both. It was like my big old cheeks were flopping, but it's a good roller coaster. It's short, but it's fun. And then Guardians, that was the one I was really worried about because you can't really see on the videos what it does. I mean, I knew we're getting off topic, but I knew that it twisted and did its thing, but you can't tell exactly how much. And I knew it launched out of there, and I was fine. Every time, the one thing that gets me is probably halfway through it, you're going straight and you think you're pretty stable, and then it does a hump, and when it does the hump, you're turning around backwards in the seat thing, and it always kind of catches me off guard.
Yeah, the only part that kind of jostles me is, and it's not really a jostle, it's just a turn. You go around the earth, and you're like just going in circles all the way around.
That's my favorite part. You circle the earth and the moon.
It's really fun, but it just kind of makes me a little dizzy.
I'm like, yeah! You know what I mean? That's my favorite part. I can't say cuss words. This is a Disney podcast. That's my favorite part.
That's funny.
And then I found out where it takes your picture. When you launch out of there backwards, in the middle of that thing turning around, there's a flash. And I always knew there was a flash, but I thought it was supposed to have been the asteroids or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the camera. So I'm going to have to somehow be prepared.
Not be in his, yeah.
Usually, I know there's a lot of G-forces coming, so I'll prepare myself. And then in the middle of not only that, but us doing about 197 miles an hour, I'll be like, it'll be the god-awfulest face you've ever seen in your life.
We're getting off topic.
Okay.
I think that was all of them, though, right?
I put one on there twice, and I didn't mean to, so we got to come up with a 10th one.
The 10th one to do?
Yes. I need some more sweet tea.
Oh, let's see. What's something else that we could tell you? Things to do at Hollywood Studios.
And you can do all this stuff in a day. You could really, I try to tell people if they're just going for 2 days to make a Epcot / Hollywood Studios day, because that's really, you got to. And if you've got lightning lanes, you can almost do all the rides at Epcot and all the rides at Hollywood Studios if you play your cards right.
Oh, what's the game where you
Toy Story Mania.
Yeah. Oh,
My God, you making all kind of racket.
sorry, it's my first time with the.
I don't exactly know what to do with my hands.
Anyways, go ride Toy Story Mania. See how high you can get your points to, because that is like a competition.
That thing, you get, all right, so you go to Magic Kingdom and get on Space Ranger spin.
Better
and
do
it's
something.
just boom, 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 boom.
Not this ride.
This thing, you pull a cord.
Watch
So
how
I'll
you
be
do
like,
it.
I'll get all jacked up on Mountain Dew and be like, "Pop, pop, 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 pop." And then that thing will be slinging. Anyway, I just got a cramp. Speaking of cramp, my neck. Okay, I'm good.
This is our life.
God, my nose is still itching.
Oh, he has me laughing all
I think
the
I
time.
got nose hairs.
Probably. Need them trimmed. Oh, off topic. Y'all like my mini ears? They say pass holder.
I wish I could wear them.
Why can't you? They make some that are Mickey. They got Mickey ears.
I know, but I
Make
think
you
I
look
went
stupid.
a little too far trying to bedazzle my magic band. And I was like, you know what? I took it one step too far.
Oh yeah, our charms were falling off.
Well, that was probably what really ruined the magic for me. We got in the rain, and my Doc and my who else I have? Oh, I had Steamboat Mickey. They faded. I had these little charms on there.
Yeah.
I was like,
But you made a sticker, like one of the
yeah,
wraps.
on my backup magic band, I made a custom wrap.
A custom wrap.
It's got my favorite people on it, but it's on my backup. My main one I've just stuck to Figment. It's a Figment themed one, and
Mine's Beauty and the Beast.
I just wear it, and I'm happy. I had one night of serious depression after those 2 charms had smeared. Took them off. Still got them, but I went a little too far, so I think the ears may be too far. I got my Roosevelt shirts.
Well,
I
like the ears.
They look good. Y'all go ahead and say it.
They look amazing.
My shirts.
I love them.
Thank you. I thought you were talking about your ears for a minute.
I do love my ears. I may have went a little crazy with the ears. But
I mean, I got my Mickey socks.
You have Mickey socks on now?
I don't.
Oh.
I'm not currently wearing any socks or underwear.
Yes, he is. I don't know about the underwear, but he is wearing socks.
Commando. I'm just kidding. Sorry, kids. But anyway, so I think my theming got a little over the top, so I shouldn't wear the ears. But what if I did get me one of them leather Mickey
You can get a hat. Yeah.
and get it embroidered? Jer Bear.
Jer Bear. Nobody calls you Jer Bear anymore.
I know it. I'm not as cuddly. But anyway, I doubt I'll do all that. I'm happy with my shirts and my socks. I don't know what else I got.
Oh, and his pens.
Oh,
He has become a very, very big pen collector.
and I don't know why. Well, I like that Joanna, we buy
Random.
cheap. We buy, let me explain this process. Because there's got to be ethics involved. Do not go on eBay or Amazon and buy one of them 100 pens for $10. They are obviously fake
They
junk.
are not real.
And the bad thing is you can trade them in just like any of the other ones.
And they
then
can't say anything.
Some poor soul is going to end up with a China pen that's going to break in half, or the color's off, or you know what I mean? Goofy's got purple on him or something. So I don't do that. That is not ethical.
Mm-mm.
What I do is I go on eBay and find real pens, but for a deal. So like $5, $6, $7 pens. And I'll try to pick out ones that I'm like, I won't be emotionally attached to this pen. But then they come in, and about half of them, I'm like, you know what? You're going on my board. Probably not half, probably 2 or 3 out of maybe 10. Because I got this Figment one, and I was like, I'm good. And then I seen it the next day, and I was like, I gotta go on my board.
I got to keep you.
But anyway, so I order them off eBay, $5, $6, $7 a piece, but they're real. Or at least I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, I'm not a complete expert. I've picked the brains of a few, and I've read up online and all that stuff, and I'm okay at spotting the fake ones. We'll take that 8 or 10 pins, put them on Joanna's lanyard, make sure she's okay with giving them away or whatever, trading them, and then go to the pin boards at the parks and use those to trade towards something she wants. And then we get home and I take the ones she traded for, put them on her board, order more, off like eBay or something. Again, not the junk ones, not the scrappers. And then that way we can keep the ones she's traded for, and hopefully at some point that'll be a special pin board situation. I usually like to buy one, like if we stay at a hotel for the first time or we go somewhere for the first time or something like that, I'll get one or something, just like some seasonal cool thing I like. But that's the pin story, however we got on it. Was we still trying to come up with the last thing or no? No, you said Toy Story Mania. And that is crazy, but that about covers everything in the park. I mean, there's still some stuff like, what is it, Walt Disney Presents was that little walkthrough history thing. I like that.
That was
and then
neat.
There's the, what was the little cartoon we sit in on where they went to Potato Land?
Oh,
Vacation.
yeah.
Anyway, there's like a little 15-minute movie thing you can watch as Mickey and Minnie going on vacation, whatever. It's cool. I'm still missing some stuff, but we hit all the main points. But you can definitely go to Hollywood Studios, rope drop it, hit one of these main things, either like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway or Slinky Dog's the big one. If you can get it at the front of the line, you speed walk your butt to Slinky Dog, because that line is going to be an hour and a half plus in the middle of the day, or get you a lightning lane for it. What I like to do, if I got to do Epcot and Hollywood Studios in a day, start at Epcot. As soon as you scan into that first lightning lane at Epcot, basically switch all the other lightning lanes to Hollywood Studios and start stacking those big players. Because in the morning at Epcot, you can ride a whole lot of stuff without a wait. Especially if you don't have to ride Remy's and Frozen.
Yeah.
But Remy's has now got a single rider lane, and I'm hearing if you don't mind getting split up, you can get on that thing in like 5 minutes. There goes that nose again. So, Test Track's still down. Spaceship Earth in the morning has got like a 5-minute wait. Soarin' is one, if you can get to like in the first hour or a little longer in the morning, it'll be like a 10-minute wait.
Yeah.
Figment's rarely got a wait. Three Caballeros is down, but it never has a wait. Even that time we went and it had a little bit of a wait, we buzzed through it real quick. Mission Space has never got a wait. What else? That's all the main ones, I think.
So.
I'm ready for Test Track to reopen because, one, I want Joanna to ride it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a big, scary roller coaster. It is the fastest at Disney World, but it's like you're on a road, you know what I mean? So it's like you're doing 65, but you're on like a track. So it was cool. I'm glad we rode it before they went into refurbishment. We are now going to go get our child, Joanna, because she wants to talk about her favorite ride at Hollywood Studios, and we talked her into not having to sit here for this whole podcast so that she'd be in a better mood. So we're going to grab her, bring her in, let her talk about that. Y'all give her a thumbs up. Yes. She loves reading comments and seeing the likes. And we are going to switch up. If you'll go get her, I'll tell them our plan to switch things up. We are going to switch up our live stream from Mondays to Thursdays because Dawn has been having to work on Mondays recently. So tomorrow, this will come out on a Monday, and I'm going to do a live stream still. And we've been giving stuff away on the live streams. That'll continue.
You can hear yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what she's going to tell y'all, we've talked about our 10 things to do at Hollywood Studios, but from a kid's perspective, give me your maybe top 3 things. If we walk into Hollywood Studios right now, what are we going to be doing?
Alien swirling saucers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Let's tell them what that's about.
Yeah, it's very fun, and it just shows you, like...
What theme is it, though? Like,
aliens.
What land is it in?
It's in Toy Story Land. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Number 2.
What's your second one?
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. it's also very fun.
It is.
Yeah.
Very
It's like
fun.
you're on a train with Goofy
Yeah.
pulling it,
Yeah.
and things just get out of hand.
Yep.
Goes crazy.
You end up
Goodness.
going down a waterfall.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your third one?
The last one is Star Tours.
Star Tours. Okay.
I remember that part when we went,
Who drives the ship?
I think 3CPO.
Yep. It's like a big moving theater.
Yeah.
There's never a
Yeah.
long wait,
Yeah.
like 5-10 minutes.
Kind of like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Well, it backs up. Mickey and Minnie's,
That one
it'll
gets a
back
long
up.
line.
But that's your top three.
That's your top
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
Anything else you need to tell these people?
What you want to tell them?
Nah, there's nothing. There's
Nothing?
nothing.
Okay.
Probably tomorrow night, me and Joanna will go live, but then we're going to also go live Thursday night and get our schedule switched. So we'll be giving away some stuff. Anytime you see us go live, unless we're at Disney World and we're walking around live, we've been giving away pins and we've been giving away T-shirts. We got some T-shirt news coming up in a few weeks, so y'all definitely check us out. Should they give us a like?
Yes.
What will you do if we get 50 likes?
Get a million.
Oh, you'll get 1 million.
Yeah.
If we get 1 million likes, what are you going to do? Eat a frog,
Oh,
No.
a cockroach,
No.
a booger.
No.
a cricket.
No.
Well, I tried.
Wait. There is something.
What?
Eat an entire burger, a cheeseburger.
An entire
Okay.
cheeseburger.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Very dangerous.
She might explode.
With candy crickets, like from the candy store.
Candy crickets.
Yeah.
Okay.
For dessert.
Okay. Well, y'all give
right.
us some likes and some subs, and let us know in the comments what you want us to talk about next time. But otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.
Later, Gators.
Later, Gators.
See y'all later.